Welcome back to another video. We just got the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 in the mail. Just recorded an unboxing for this device. Literally just got it in a few minutes ago. Now it's time for a case review. I've had this on deck, waiting for the last few days, possibly last 5-6 days, something like that. And could not wait for this device to get in so we can do a review. Now, this is Ringke. I do have a long storied history with Ringke. They do not sponsor this channel. They do not, we don't have any association with them whatsoever. However, I do have a long storied relationship with Ringke because I've been using them for, I don't know, probably 8 years. Basically, any device that I have, and I do have a ton of devices, I would always get a Ringke case. I always get a Ringke case, always get a speaking case, always get, who else? Incipio before they changed their mold and screwed everything up. And that'd basically be it. I'd get the Ringke, Incipio, and speaking cases. So always keep these on deck. Always liked Ringke. They're a U.S. company. Always supported them. They are a small business, so always make really, really cool stuff. However, it's interesting for this device. If you go on Amazon, they don't have a ton of choices. I mean, it's better now than the Z Flip 4, but the prices is what stands out, because if you look at this, this is paper thin. Paper thin. And it's 2 pieces, right? So how much it probably cost Ringke, I don't know, 30 to 40, maybe 50 cents. I'm guessing under $1 to manufacture this, as far as manufacturing and stocking it, the wrapping, all the labeling, all that stuff. All together, the cost out the door for them was probably $1 or under $1. And then they charge you $17. It's very interesting because if you know, obviously inflation is going up quite a bit. And if you are a case buyer, frequent case buyer like we are in this home, the inflation has drastically increased on cases. Because I remember a couple years ago, this same case, not for this device, but this same case, this minimal case, I think it was like $12. Now they're like 16, 17, $18. So you're seeing a 30% increase just on case, and that doesn't go just for this phone. I'm talking about for the Pixels, for the Samsungs, every case, the price is just jacked way up. So anyways, it is what it is. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is. So we're not going to get too much into that. Let's check this case out now. Here's another, real quick. If you want a bigger case selection, go to AliExpress. Yes, it takes about 10 days to get here, and they're not Amazon, but you can find cases for $2-3, and you just got to wait a few extra days, nothing major. They've gotten better on shipping. It used to be 14 days during, a couple years ago, and then during the whole worldwide ordeal, quote unquote. And now they've gotten their shipping times better down to around probably 7 business days, 10 days total, because it used to be 14 to 15 days. Now it's not so bad. So this was, I believe, $17. I'll put the link in the description for this on Amazon. Again, no affiliations with Amazon or Ringke. We just simply review and give you honest opinions. Now, it is interesting because on here, the issues that I had with the Flip 4 and the Flip 3 is that when you put on a case on this device, the cases you could just easily slide it off just like that. Just boom, slide it right off. Same thing with the bottom and with the top. Slide right off. Now, these have stickers on the inside, and I've seen that's pretty common for every case for this device. I think every case I've seen has a little sticker that you simply peel off, and it just makes the case sit on the phone properly, because you can. If you don't take these stickers off, you can pop the case on it and just slide it right out. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me wipe this down. It is a little dirty. Haven't even folded this device yet. My daughter actually mentioned that she wants a Z Flip 5 last night, and she's a lifelong Pixel user, so I was kind of surprised at that. So I'm going to give this to her before I sign into the phone and let her mess around with it to see if she wants one or not. Okay, there's that sticker. This one comes off easy. Right there. Now let's do this one. There's 4. There's one on each side in each piece. Best to have a knife or something like that you can get under there, because it's kind of in a weird position and your fingernails might not be able to grip it. Come on now. I'm going to scrape up this case. God damn. There we go. It's very awkward. There we go. Okay. So now that we got the stickers off, let's pop it on. Let's see what it looks like. From what I remember, it just snaps on like that. Then I think you pop it on there, no? I think that's on. It looks basically even on that bottom, on the hinge right there. Now this top one, if I remember right, I think you pop the top in first. Yeah, there we go. And then slide it down onto it just like that. Still looks off-centered, but look, yeah, it's not sitting on there properly. Oh yeah, duh. That would help. I think I need to drop it on its head, knock it into place. There we go. That looks about even. Yeah, that looks about right. So interesting with these on my all the other regular phones, you want to have a lip. And what I mean by lip, obviously this is a foldable, but on a regular, I guess, quote unquote, candy bar style phone that you cannot fold, like the S23 Ultra, which I'm recording on, you want a case right here. This is a regular case for the S23 Ultra. You want to have a lip, right? So you want to have your phone sits in here. You want to have some part of the case. Typically it's the bottom and the top. Not too often it's the sides, but you want to have a lip. You want to have this part sit up, this bottom, this top sit up just higher than the screen. Just a little, I mean, obviously the more the better, but just a little bit, at least a little bit. So when you lay it face down, or if it falls, you're not going to scratch the screen, right? Well, on this one, it's a foldable. And when you fold it, it folds completely flat with no gap. Now, if you do have a lip on here, which meaning if you do have a case on here that has a lip that comes up higher than the screen, it's not going to fold properly, right? So there will be a gap if you have a lip on here. So that's what you have to be careful with. Is I suggest if you do have this phone, never, I just by habit, but I always place my phones face down. Just always been done that for years. I don't know why, but I do it. I cannot do that with this one because there is no lip, right? Because if you fold it, it's not going to close properly, or it'll close, but you know what I'm saying. It's supposed to be 100% flat. We'll test it here in a second. But let's see. So there may be if there was a lip, literally a paper thin lip. So it's interesting. It has these cutouts on all 4 corners, and that's for it to be easy access to take on and off, because if that was completely sealed, it's more of a shell. It doesn't flex as easy, and it would be harder to apply and take off. So you have your mic cutouts in the bottom, your USB Type-C cutout, that's not covered. It's a U-shaped cutout. You have a cutout for your speakers, nice and big there. Shouldn't have any issues with any of your chargers. That's a pretty big cutout. And you have a nothing on the left side. Up top, you have a cutout for your third microphone. And here you have your volume up, which I like. Volume down and cutout for your power button and your fingerprint sensor. Now, I do like them doing this. And now, this is attention to detail. This is what I like. And this is why I continue to stay with Ringke. A lot of these case makers will not do this, and it makes a difference. I'm telling you. Why does this matter? When you have your phone in your pocket and you're trying to turn up your volume on a song, and trying to turn down the volume on a podcast, having it labeled with these 3 dots. Look, this is a volume up, has the 3 dots. The volume down is flat. There's nothing. So when you got your hand in your pocket or you're not looking at your device, you know exactly what button to push to do what. Because how many times have you had your phone in your pocket? You're listening to music, so if somebody starts talking to you in person, and you're like, what? Oh, hold on. Or you don't even say anything. You just try to turn it down real quick and be like, oh, yeah. Well, in the past, like on some other phones or some cases I'd have on, I would turn the volume up on accident when I want to turn it down, and I didn't know which one was which. I was in a hurry. So this one it's basically labeled with those 3 dots. And again, a lot of companies don't do that, but Ringke has, and it's one of the things, the little details that I always appreciate about them. So that's why I like to stay with them. Not just that, but everything. You got a label on the right, Ringke, and then your lanyard cutout. That's for like a little minuscule string, you put around your wrist or something. I don't ever use that, but let's go ahead and close it now. I haven't even closed this device. I literally just opened it a few minutes ago. So let's give it the very first close and see what the case looks like while it is closed and the hinge. Now, they did make the hinge. Wait, let's see if it'll close. And make a gap. Cool. So I don't really see, can you see anything through there? I mean, maybe put a piece of paper in there. It's pretty damn good. So maybe it's not sitting on there right. This one looks like the right side looked like it was sitting higher than the left side, but I think I got it on now. Just got to push them in place. If these are not sitting on the phone properly, it'll fly off. Now the hinge, I know you've seen cases that have like a hinge barrier there as well. I had one, I think, for the Flip 4. I don't really like those. They made the hinge on this 5th generation Flip smaller. It protrudes less, and it's supposed to be stronger. So now I don't, obviously protecting it would be great, but it's just too much of a bulge. Especially, I wouldn't mind it being protected, but when you open it up, like there's still something there. I don't know, it just bothers me. But that's why I didn't elect to get one of those cases for this device. But it looks good closed. I need to get a screen protector, but it looks like the cameras are, let me focus properly. Yeah, so the actual lens sits lower than the cutout. So the cutouts sit higher than the camera sensors or the glass. So it will protect the device if you do lay it down like this. Or obviously like that's not touching, but in this case, I struggle to buy. I usually have a dual layer case for when I leave the house, and I have like a thinner case when I'm in the house. And yes, I'll change a case before I leave the house every day. Some people, that's just me. That's just what I do. Now, with this device, I struggled to buy a big case for this phone because I like how small it is. I like how compact it is. And if you put a dual layer, I guess I don't have dual layer, but if you put a jumbo size case on this phone, it defeats the purpose of buying this phone in the first place. But that's the struggle that I'm in mentally, because I'm like, well, I want to protect my phone, but I don't want something that protrudes and is big and bulky, because, it defeats the whole purpose of why I bought this phone in the first place. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't, this is not going to, this case, for as good as Ringke is, they can only do so much. Physics is going to step in at some point. So I don't know at what point this would protect the phone. I'm assuming now my Z Flip 4, I don't know. I think it was not Ringke. I had some cheap case on there. And I think it fell from like an 18-inch side table onto fake wood floor and broke the screen. Now, the case flew off, so I don't know at what height this case will protect the device. I just don't. Like, I'm pretty good with regular phones, but with these foldables, I just don't know. I mean, am I going to have to take this phone out of the house? Yes, obviously I am, but I'm going to be very concerned about this case on there, because I don't think it'll survive a concrete drop, And that's one of the things you got to worry about, is if you do drop it, if you drop it like this outside, or it hits the ground, it's going to get banged up. So it's a very delicate device. You do have to take care of these things. I know some people like to flip it open and close it. If you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that. I just don't do that. But that's me. Everybody's different. So anyways, that's this case. Those are my thoughts, and just something you need to be thinking about when you purchase a case. I would recommend this. However, going outside, I just don't think it provides a lot of protection, but it is what it is, right? So if you do want more protection, there's bigger cases to buy, more thicker cases. But then again, you take away from the slender size of this phone. So that is up to y'all. But one thing I can promise you and tell you is that we will have more case reviews for this device. We have the S23 Ultra, which you can see in the reflection I'm filming on. And then I have the Pixel 7 Pro. We're getting the Pixel 8 Pro here in about 8 weeks. So we got a ton of stuff on the way, case reviews, Android news, all sorts of cool stuff. So if you're viewing our channel for the first time, please subscribe. I can promise you, you will not regret it. We get tons of news, information, and all sorts of cool stuff. So ordering more cases for this phone today, and I already have some on the way. So we got a ton of cool stuff with the Z Flip 5. I'm gonna review it. We're gonna turn it on. We're gonna sign in. I'm gonna let my daughter use it for a little bit, for a couple hours, see if she wants one. And we'll get started testing on this with the front display, the cameras, battery life, and all sorts of good stuff. So stay tuned. We got a ton of content on the way. Peace out.